Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. It's Ronnie, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about why I joined the Navy. It's not really a specific reason. This is technically kind of a chit chat because I don't think y'all ever seen me in my uniform besides my last video when I went to the chief ceremony. But yeah, I'm just gonna kind of explain why I joined, and yeah, let's just get into it. So the reason I joined the Navy was because I just felt like I wasn't doing much with my life. I got tired of moving from job to job, and at the time I was moving around like from house to house, and I was just tired of like the inconsistency. So I just was like, I'm gonna join so I can get some type of I'm gonna join so I can get some type of stability in my life, some structure, discipline, you know, all the things they instill when you join the military. And that's pretty much what prompted me to join. I've been in for 2 years now. What can I tell you about? Well, what I can tell you about the Navy personally, like the only thing that is, I would say, hard about the Navy is just going out to sea, because you go out to sea for long periods of time. Like the longest you can be out to sea is 9 months. So if you're not prepared to be isolated in the middle of the ocean for more than a few days, then this is not the branch for you. If you're looking for something that's more like land type or shore duty type jobs, then you should try like the Air Force, the Army, Marines. They do go out on ships with us. The ships that they go out with us are amphibious ships. So those are like LPDs, LHDs, LSDs, like those type of ships. LHDs. We have different types of ships. Those are one of them. Amphibs, which were the LSDs, LHDs, LPDs, and I think it's one more that I can't remember. And we have destroyers and cruisers, which they call small boys because they're like smaller ships. And the smaller ships, they can hit more ports. Like, yeah, you got to sea for long periods of time, but depending on why you're going out to sea, you might actually be able to hit ports. Like, depending on what coast you're on, you can go to the Caribbean, you can go to Italy, Europe, Japan, the Middle East. It just depends on what tour your ship is going on. There's also carriers, CVNs. Those are like literally the mecca of ships in the Navy because they're like the biggest ones. And those ships don't hit a lot of ports. Like, it's very rare because they're so big they can't fit. They also have submarines, you know, under the ocean. And I think that's it. So like amphibs, carriers, cruisers, destroyers, so DDGs, CS, LSDs, LPDs, LHDs, and CVNs. Those are the abbreviations for those ships. What else? Also, you need to know if you're looking for something, like if you're more like an introvert like I am, like it took me a while to open up. It was really after I had my daughter that I actually was more comfortable with speaking to other people and like even really like being more social. So if you're not really a social person, then I wouldn't say a cruiser, or not a cruiser, I wouldn't say a carrier is for you, because there's over 1,000 people on a carrier. It's huge. It's literally like a mini shopping mall. Like there's a lot of people. On like destroyers and cruisers, it's like lesser people. It's like under 300 people. So if you're somebody who don't like being around a lot of people, then those are ships for you. If you don't like being around Marines, because on amphibs, those are the ships that Marines go on. So if you're not comfortable with that, then those are not ships for you. Also, you got to think about whatever job you pick. Like, that honestly depends on where you go, but also like if you are undesignated like I was, you get a chance to make a dream sheet. But honestly, yes, you can pick anywhere you want to go, but I really feel like it depends on the type of ships you put, because they're gonna put you in a place that have the type of ships that you ask for. It just depends on what is your priority. Like, you're gonna list 1 through 3, like what's the more important, 1 being the most important, 3 being the least, of course. So you got to pay attention to that stuff if you want to end up somewhere you want to be. So yeah, we got to keep that in mind. Also, I mean, there's a lot of pros and cons about the Navy. Pros: benefits, health care. You can literally do, I wouldn't say you can do anything, but like when it comes to like health care benefits, free education, all of that stuff, benefits. Some cons of the military, I would say, is being away from your family, going out to sea for long periods of time. And if, let's say, you don't like somebody, you're stuck with them for 4 years, unless you end up like me, or if you're like limdu, which is like if you have something wrong with you medically, or if you get hurt, you become limdu, or if you're pregnant, they'll take you off the ship. And I think there's other special circumstances where you won't be on a ship. And also, like I said, it depends on your job. So like if you're like an HM, which is kind of like a Navy nurse, or if you're a LN, which is a legal man, they do like legal stuff. Or if you're a, you know, a YN, a PS, like really mainly like admin jobs, like administrative jobs, they're not always on a ship, but that doesn't mean you won't be on a ship. So keep that in mind. Just because you have an admin job or you pick an admin job, that does not mean you won't be on a ship, because you might end up on a ship. But like HMs or HNs, which are basically like Navy nurses, or corpsmen, which are what I just said, Navy nurses, like it's very rare that you end up on a ship, like because it's super competitive to get on ships, so it's super rare. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, they have like different rankings. See this right here, I am a petty officer 3rd class, so it goes in order from 3rd, 2nd to 1st. Of course, 1st being over all the enlisted and below, and you know, once you reach chief, they're in charge below. So you know, it's like, it's called a chain of command. So it's like E1 through E2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Of course, 7 being above everybody below them, and so on. So literally each one of these right here, they're like 1 chevron and an eagle. That is a 3rd class. So if you see 1 chevron, 3rd class. If you see 2 chevrons, 2nd class. If you see 3 chevrons, that is a 1st class. So it kind of goes backwards. So when you see 1, you'll think 1st class. No, if you see 1, you think 3rd. If you see 3, you think 1st. And if you see 2, it's 2nd. So that one's pretty much easy. And if you see an anchor, like just the anchor, that is a chief with USN on the anchor. If you see one with 1 star, that's a senior chief. 2 stars, master chief. Got it? Got it. So yeah, and that's just the enlisted side. A master chief is AE9, a senior chief is AE8, and a regular chief is AE7, and it just goes down. And then once you reach the officers, those are O's, and then the E stands for enlisted. So make sure you guys keep this in mind, because the recruiter that I had didn't tell me nothing about nothing. So I literally went to boot camp and had to learn everything. You have to learn the Sailor's Creed, so make sure you know the Sailor's Creed. Like, it's important. You know, I am a United States sailor. I will, all of that good stuff. So make sure you know your ranks, make sure you know your ribbons, all of that stuff. Yeah, the Navy is honestly one of the best decisions I ever could have made for right now. It gave me like a lot of knowledge, you know, it's really opened my eyes to a lot of things. And yeah, I feel like if you're at a place in your life and you feel like you need change, or you feel like you want to grow and better yourself, then definitely join the military. It's something that you should consider. It's not meant for everybody. It's really hard. A lot of people can't do it, but I feel like if you have hope, you pray, you're very determined, then it's something you should consider, look into, because you too can do it. Because I only been for 2 years and look at me now, 3rd class, and I'm working on taking my exam in March. Oh yeah, that's another thing they don't tell you. You have to take exams and tests to advance in the Navy. It's not like where you advance with time. No, you're taking tests like all the way up. So if you have a rate already, once you reach E3, then you got to start testing to move to E4, E5, E6, and then once you're there, it's like you got to get picked up for chief. So make sure you're studying, make sure you know your rate, like study, because I can't stress that enough. If you want to move up and make that money, you got to study. But I think I hit everything pretty much on the what do they say, I hit the nail on the hammer on the nail, something like that. But if you have any more suggestions for me, I know they asked for a get ready with me. That's gonna be coming soon. I'm gonna do a day in my life with my baby girl. I'm gonna do a morning routine with us, like an updated morning routine. And yeah, I'm just gonna try to keep them coming, keep those bangers coming. I'm gonna be going to Texas in a couple days, and my birthday is in 3 days. I'm excited. Make sure you tell me happy birthday in the comments. But anyway, yes, just let me know. Just be sure, like, comment, subscribe, and there's more videos on the way. Bye.